Hello, learners, and welcome to English class with me, your Sir Marvin. And today we are going to learn about the topic expand the content of an outline using notes from primary and secondary sources. And to begin with, here are our objectives for today. Number 1, understand the difference between primary and secondary sources. Number 2, use notes from primary and secondary sources. And number 3, expand the content of an outline. And number 4, you are going to write creative visionary biography by outlining information retrieved from primary and secondary sources. For our quick review, read the paragraph. Identify the pattern of idea development used. Write your answer on the line and then encircle the signal words that helped you in identification. And wake up everyone, because now we are going to proceed with example number 1 in quick review. Filipinos are faced with the grave issue on pollution. Garbage disposal is not organized. Lakes die, factories emit smoke without care. I am writing this article to encourage you to segregate your garbage at home and when you are outside, to throw your trash in the proper trash cans. Now, can you identify the pattern of idea development and the transition words used in this example? Who would like to answer? Raise your hand. And now for the next example. Children nowadays suffer from poor eyesight because of rampant use of technology products such as Android phones, tablets, laptops, and computer that has excessive radiation. This is one of the problems that should be solved since this highly affects human health. Now, do the same. Identify the pattern of idea development and the transition words used in this example. Now, since you have given me the correct answer for this example, let us now watch this video from Powton YouTube account.
collated using Powtoon.
Alright, so now I believe that everyone can differentiate primary and secondary sources. And now let's analyze. Primary sources might include diaries, letters, eyewitness testimonies, official reports, home videos, or speeches. Meanwhile, secondary sources might include textbooks, essays, scholarly articles, biographies, or encyclopedias. What kind of information is provided by the primary source? Is it different from information provided by the secondary source? How? Answer it. Okay, are you done? Number 2. Which type of source do students like you think provides the most accurate information? Why? Answer it also. Are you done? Alright, so let's proceed. Remember, a primary source is anything that gives you direct evidence about the people, events, or phenomena that you are researching. Primary sources will usually be the main objects of your analysis. So I believe that you can recall the examples of primary sources. If you are researching the past, you cannot directly access it yourself. So you need primary sources that were produced at the time by participants or witnesses. Examples are letters, photographs, and newspapers. Meanwhile, if you are researching something current, your primary sources can either be qualitative or quantitative data that you collect yourself. Examples are through interviews, surveys, or experiments, or sources produced by people directly involved in the topic, such as official documents or media texts. As mentioned in the video, we have here primary sources. Examples: research field history, letters and diaries, photographs and video footage, official documents and records, and physical objects. Research fields in terms of arts and literature could be novels and poems, paintings and art installations, films and performances. Communication and social studies can be interview transcripts, recordings of speeches, newspapers and magazines, social media posts. Other examples of primary sources in research fields, law and politics, are court records, legal texts, and government documents. In terms of sciences, empirical studies, statistical data. For secondary sources, I believe you have known this from previous videos. Anything that describes, interprets, evaluates, or analyzes information from primary sources. It means examples of these are books, right? Magazines, articles that are recorded already, right there. Synopsis, descriptions of artistic works. It can be encyclopedias, textbooks that summarize information and ideas, reviews and essays that evaluate or interpret something. When you cite a secondary source, it's usually not to analyze it directly. Instead, you'll probably test its arguments against new evidence or use its ideas to help formulate your own. So let us practice. Directions: read the following sentences about social studies. Tell whether it is a primary or secondary source. On a separate sheet of paper, write P for primary and S for secondary. Are you ready? Let's go! So here are first 5 sentences of 10 sentences for this activity. Number 1. a play showing how Andres Bonifacio battled for freedom. Number 2, a textbook discussing about the Japanese occupation in the Philippines. Number 3, a news report about the opening of school year. Number 4, Philippine Constitution. And number 5, a classmate giving a report about martial law. And here are sentences for numbers 6 to 10. Number 6, autobiography of President Rodrigo Duterte. Number 7, my Tacloban native classmate describing the Yolanda typhoon. Number 8, a website that gives information about American regime in the Philippines. Number 9, an interview with Vice President Robredo about her platforms. And number 10, a journal of World War II veteran.